everybody.
Hey.
We're back for another Wind Down Wednesday. It's been a little spotty here in March, sorry. We have a lot of things going on between like illnesses and
work.
Yeah, and your truck. You're having issues with your truck.
Yes. My truck broke down.
We haven't kind of been able to do as many Wind Down Wednesday videos for you guys lately, but we are back tonight and we have two special Gallivant wines to share with you.
It's too cold.
I know, it's got to come to room temperature a little bit more, but tonight we're going to try a, I think we've actually had both of these wines before, but we definitely haven't done a video on them in a long time, so.
At the beginning of the video, the nice thing about it being fully chilled is now we can tell you what it tastes like fully chilled, and within the next 5 or 10 minutes we can say what it tastes like as the bottle sweats down.
It's funny, most of the time the colder that it is, it kind of mutes the flavors, and as it comes more to room temperature, you get a bolder, stronger flavor. But there are some wines where they specifically say in the description that try chilling the wine, and then the different flavor notes and the different tastes that you get.
It tastes like high C.
When you do, really? I don't know about
remember
that.
High C?
I do remember that. So this is the 2020 Gallivant Rosé. It's a California wine. It is $24 a bottle. This one's moderately priced, kind of sort of lower end priced wines.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it depends. I mean, really low price would be like $18 a bottle.
Right, and that's going to be like our Sun, Wind, and Soul.
Which is not my favorite white, but she liked it.
I do like it. I think it's a really great, just standard white wine that goes with a lot of different things. Maybe just a drink by itself.
The bookbinders was really great, but the Sun, Wind, and Soul red, it's okay. But this is okay. But
so it's a blend. It's 40% Syrah, 40% Zinfandel, and 20% Barbera, which is interesting because the red we're having tonight is also
Barbera.
It's a Zinfandel.
Oh, it's a Zin.
Yeah.
Oh, is this the one I had the other night? Oh, yes, it is. This is really good.
Okay.
This is really good.
I know. I was thinking that maybe we have to do this at a wine party at some time. It's like the bolder red to kind of finish things off. So this is described as lively and refreshing with strawberry, red cherry, and fresh watermelon, balanced by a subtle salinity on a dry, well-textured frame with a clean finish. Okay.
Well, it's cold, so.
Yeah. So this is interesting because the Gallivant Rosé, they also have, I'm almost positive it's the same one, but it's a bubbly version, and we are currently sold out of it. And the Gallivant White Bubbly.
So it's the same flavor, but bubbly.
I'm almost positive it's the same, it's basically the same wine, but this is just not a bubbly version. It's the still version.
That stuff's good. So what do you think of it really ice cold?
It's nice and refreshing. I like it.
Well, you need
I love a good rosé.
Yeah,
it's been a week. I love a good rosé, and springtime I think is like perfect. Spring and summer I think are perfect. You can have it in the fall and the winter, but depending on like what you pair it with. It's a typical like lighter, fruitier wine, so you don't necessarily gravitate towards that in the fall and in the winter with stews and things like that.
Yeah.
But definitely in the springtime, I think this is a fantastic wine.
We've sprung ahead though.
Yes, we did, and it has totally messed me up this week. We were talking about why couldn't they time spring break? We're in one more week of school, then we have spring break next week. Why couldn't they have time spring break after having the time change so you have a week to adjust? That would be really ideal.
It's close. It's close.
Yeah. So we're struggling along.
It happened on a Sunday, so it was like.
It's always a Sunday.
I know, but I slept in anyways.
I didn't. I tried to, but like my natural body clock went off, and it was like, okay, I'm ready to get up because I have stuff that I need to get done. We were going out to lunch with my parents, and I was just like, in my mind, I was like, I gotta get up.
That's the problem with the body clock thing. It's like, we get up every single morning at a certain time, and your body will wake you up.
Yes.
I don't care. You set the alarm for half an hour later, your body will wake you up. You know, it's like, that's why I keep telling her. I get up at 7 o'clock. My body gets me up at 7. Auto 7 o'clock. Now if I get up at 6, I have to go to bed a little bit earlier if I get up at 6.
Or you have to take a nap. I'm used to getting up at 6 in the mornings. I have to take my son to school to get him in time for high school starting.
I can't do 6.
And it's like, we both have made a conscious effort. We are going to try to go to bed earlier at night and not stay up so late.
We are.
So we can get closer to like 8 hours of sleep.
And we both notice when you get the more sleep you get, it's not even about getting older. I think anybody. I think if you get 8 to 9 hours of sleep, you feel so much better the next day.
I am not functioning well when I only get like 6 or 7 hours of sleep.
We're going to bed early tonight.
Yes.
Get some sleep.
So, by now you know that the wines labeled under Gallivant are going to have a lot to say. This rosé is no different, and it is truly a wine with a lot of character. A blend of Syrah, Zinfandel, and Barbera, all 3 grapes that create fruity, flavorful wine in both red and pink hues. This is really more of like an orange rosé.
Yeah, it looks orangey.
Kind of coppery, as opposed to like a true pink kind of color.
It is refreshing cold, to be honest with you. I'm kind of thirsty. I'm thirsty.
I like it, yeah. Gobs of strawberry meet flavors of maraschino cherry and summer watermelon that all come together on a zippy, crispy palate that will make your mouth water just by smelling it. I don't know if I didn't smell it before I started drinking it. I just kind of dive right in. But it says this wine is bone dry but has a very fruity profile like a freshly made fruit salad. Now I'm going to pause there for a second.
It is a dry wine.
I'm not getting dry on my palate at all.
Well, you're not eating any cheeses or anything.
I just had a little bit of the caramelized onion jack cheese. I got to try some of the softer cheese spread with it. Okay, so this is also a rosé for red wine drinkers, as they will love the powerful yet balanced red fruit characters.
It is good. It is. Cold, I'll admit, it is good cold. I'm thirsty though.
I know.
I'm thirsty right now.
I am too.
So it's like, we're down the whole bottle. Oh my God. And you're like, no, what did we do? But no, it's good. It is.
Stop and savor. Slow down.
It is good. I will tell you. And the bottle's sweating. The bottle's starting to sweat now. Temperature is going up of the wine. Anyways, my truck this week, a week ago, in the parking lot at the gas station, boom, 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 starts up. Very slow to start. Take it over to AutoZone. They look at it. They say, oh, your battery's dead. $350 later.
Because you bought the really extra special battery.
Well, I bought the factory AC Delco battery that Chevy puts in it. To get home, boom, won't start. Had to have the truck towed to the dealership where my mileage went 36,100 miles over. Warranty dead. Give us $2,800. And I'm walking along, I'm on a power walk, and he tells me this on the phone. If you could have visualized me, I was like literally shitting a brick. Like, what?
Right, for a starter?
Would you? He's like, oh, I'm sorry, sir, we have to charge you. I'm like, okay, forget it. I know a guy. So I called my dude in Mineola Auto. He's a good guy, and they did it for a very, very low price, a lot less than that. So, and I rented a small SUV, and when I got my truck back yesterday, I asked her, I was like, oh my God, I love this truck. It's like
he had the really smallest size SUV you can get, and it's just not enough cabin space inside for all of your boxes and everything.
No, and I'm a bigger, beefier guy anyway, so.
You were saying at first how you loved how it was like zippy and you could like maneuver around places better.
Like her car, I can kind of zip around with.
Yeah, mine's a little bit bigger.
It's bigger, but it's still zippier.
Yeah.
It's easier to drive than go drive my truck and tell me what you think.
No, I know. I've driven your truck a couple of times, and I like my car better.
Yeah, but it was, needless to say, I got it fixed. I'm happy. It's here.
Yes.
And everything's good.
Back to normal again. Okay, so the soil to sip report for this wine. The rosé, the grapes were picked from vines. Here we go. Waiting for that to come up. Planted 20 to 35 years ago in California. The juice fermented in temperature-controlled stainless steel tanks for 2 to 3 weeks. The wine then aged for 4 months in stainless steel before bottling, unfined, and lightly filtered.
This is good. This is a good rosé.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, so some of the higher priced wines at Scout and Cellar, typically because it's a longer process.
It's
and it
drinkable.
takes longer for the grapes to ferment and everything else. But
yeah, it's drinkable.
Yeah, it's delightful. I love this. So the tasty notes of strawberry, watermelon, cherry pairs well with seafood and soft cheeses. So this Alouette spreadable cheese goes perfectly with this. I love it with the little veggies and the cheese on there. It tastes really nice with the fresh strawberries. I'm going to try a few more of the other savory things. But, yes, so we have our...
The lettuce crab wraps.
Yeah. Our, they could maybe call them like spring rolls or something like that. Summer rolls.
I'm going to give you wabs.
No. Yeah, it's got a little bit of like, crab or something inside there with a bunch of other veggies.
Oh, yeah, great.
So this is actually what they consider a zero sugar wine because the sugar content in it is 0.01 grams per 5 ounce serving.
You can't tell.
Anything that's less than, I think it's 0.5 5, I think is what the threshold is. Most of the store-bought wines have more because they add sugars to the wine.
You can't tell that there's hardly
this is
sugar.
just, it's very fruit forward. That's the only kind of sweetness that you get from this wine. It's just a fruity sweetness.
It's great, and it's probably not going to give you a headache.
So it's 0.06 calories per 5-ounce serving. Really?
Wow.
That doesn't sound right. I think there's a decimal point in the wrong spot. Okay, it is.
If that's the case, you can down the whole bottle and not gain any weight.
0.007 grams of carbs per 5-ounce serving, 0 fat. Let's see, residual sugar is 0.05 grams per liter of residual sugar, just the natural sugar that occurs in the fermentation process. It's 71 parts per milliliter of sulfites.
So it's not going to give you a headache?
No, probably not, which is interesting because I already looked at the red and it has a higher sulfite count. Normally the whites and rosés are going to have
That is really good.
A higher sulfite count. It's 13% alcohol.
This is awesome, just so you know. Did we have this one before?
Yeah, we've had this.
2020.
Yeah.
It's a 2020.
2020 vintage.
That was a hellish year.
Yes.
We all want to forget that year, don't we?
Yes. Just put that behind us and move on. So.
It's definitely a drinkable wine. We're blessed with overcast skies, probably about 75 degrees, 74 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Just a wonderful, beautiful night here in Florida. Sorry if you're up north watching this. I hear the weather's pretty bad. They're getting pounded with some bad weather.
I will tell you, if you're still getting snow right now, we are getting pounded with pollen.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's wreaking havoc on everybody's allergies down here.
Yeah.
It is not fun.
We spent half an hour cleaning the pollen off this table.
And I just threw some towels down on top of the couch because the cushions are covered with pollen too, but I didn't want to get into having to I don't know, beat the cushions to get the pollen out of it because then it just flies up in the air.
It's almost as if you lay these towels down so that you know you're going to whack somebody. You know, the mob movies, I love mob movies. They put the towels down.
We're not going to whack anybody.
Or the black plastic. Like, why am I sitting on black plastic? Because you're about to be whacked.
Oh my gosh.
Remember the Bob movies? I was listening to Bongino today. He was talking about Goodfellas.
Oh. Is that why they always had the plastic cover on the furniture?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not. They wanted to make their furniture last longer, so they would keep the plastic on it, and so people spilled and stuff like that, it wouldn't
it's funny.
damage the cushion or
Uncle
wear the
Guy and
material.
Aunt Sandra, you had plastic, and it was like you would have that installed at the furniture store, tightly installed plastic, and you sit down, you hear it go crack. Like don't drink in there, don't eat in there.
Right.
But there's plastic. I don't care. Shut up. Okay, but if I dump something on here, it's not going to hurt it.
Yeah, if you accidentally spill.
I mean, they were so anal about their furniture, and it was like at the end of the day, I mean, come on, furniture's meant to be lived in. You know, that's what you have it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, every 5-6 years, replace it. There was furniture at my old house when you first met me. That was old furniture. I got divorced. She left, took everything. I had one old.
So you had to fill in with you'd go to garage sales and things like that. It was comfortable.
Remember the big couch I had?
Yeah.
Not the leather one, but that big one.
Mm-hmm.
That was, yes.
And I've been really frustrated this week with the students that are coming to me and telling me that they have what can I do to bring up my grade? And it's we literally have 3 days left of the 9 weeks and now you want to come to me? I've been telling you all 9 weeks, reminding you to turn your assignments in. You can reattempt this assignment. I mean, all the different ways that you can improve your grade.
She was so upset.
And you didn't take advantage of it, and now you want to come to me when there's you missed the boat. I'm sorry, I've got nothing left for you. And then I have a few of the parents emailing and contacting. Some of them really act like I've reached out to you already during the 9 weeks. Hey, just want to let you know your child's missing all these assignments. They can still turn in by this date. I send out notifications of, hey, grades were updated. The last day you can submit assignments from this date range is coming up, so just make sure you have it all done before then. I'm proactive, reaching out to parents. Daily announcements reminding students of, hey, you can still, if you finish all your work in class today, go back and check these assignments, make sure you've completed, reattempted what you needed to. All different angles, trying to make sure this is all done. And I still have a few parents that have the audacity to message me and say, why didn't you notify me that my child had such and such grade? It's like, I actually did notify you.
If you're a parent of a middle schooler, don't badger her. I'm just saying, I remember when I was in middle school, I can tell you right now, if you didn't turn your homework in, it was 0.
Right.
0.
You didn't have these opportunities.
Nope. And then test day, there's no makeups. There is 0 makeups. You show up to that, you better study. They would tell you, go home at night, take 10 or 15 minutes, do your homework, review the part of the chapter, and then that's it. Turn your homework in. And if you followed that plan, generally you would do okay on the test. And the problem is, these kids don't do that. They just don't do it. And so they want special treatment.
Yes.
But we will move on from that to another one.
So I'm definitely going to be enjoying Wind Down Wednesday tonight because we only have one more day with students, and then Friday is a teacher work day.
So we're going to switch to the red.
And then I will have a whole week of spring break. I'm just going to finish a little bit left.
Yes, and she has a whole week. And she gets to spend time. It's been
not doing anything special.
It's been 10 days since we've been together.
Well, has it really been that long?
Yeah.
No, it can't be.
And look, it was last Wednesday.
That's not 10 days. That's like 8 days.
What was it, last Wednesday?
Yeah, I came up to your house last Wednesday.
Oh yeah, because my truck was broke.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, why we couldn't do Wind Down Wednesday?
It's been 7 days.
Well, yes.
And she doesn't miss me.
Oh. Okay, so we can go ahead and move on to the
2023. Is that 23?
No, 22.
2022, which I had some the other night.
The Gallivant Zinfandel.
What are the colors?
Again, another California wine. Gallivant is from California.
Look at the color.
And this is $25 bottle. This is a nice deep red. I love a good Zinfandel.
It's not deep red. Look at the.
Well, I mean, it's a little bit. It's darker than a Pinot Noir, but yeah, maybe not as dark as like a Cab.
Cheers.
Cheers. I mean, I love a good Zinfandel. It's bold, but it's not dry like a Cab.
That's good. That's the good stuff. Isn't that fruity and nice?
Yes.
You love that, don't you?
That is very nice. And this has not been chilled at all. This is 81% Zinfandel and 19% Petite Syrah. And I believe I have information on why the slight blend with these two. But it's predominantly Zinfandel, so they call it Zinfandel. It's described as fruity and bold with notes of ripe cherry, cherry candies, raspberry, zingy acidity, bold and juicy. So jammy Zinfandel lovers, our new Gallivant Zin has you covered. We are still trying to figure out how our winemaking team puts so much ripe red fruit, packed so much flavor into one bottle of wine. This Zinfandel has a more modern, juicy, ripe approach to Zinfandel, a perfect match for spicy foods, or throw it in ice for 15 minutes and watch the berries explode out of the glass. This is one of those where they say if you do slightly chill it, that it does kind of affect the taste of the wine. Yeah, it's going to make the berry flavor kind of come out a little bit more. What's the matter?
Like hairs.
Oh, where'd that come from?
I don't know. You have hairs on the berries?
No.
No,
I got some dried cherries on there. So you got some strawberries, okay?
Some strawberries.
Says it pairs well with beef sliders, barbecue chicken, glazed salmon, eggplant parmesan, dark chocolate, and board game night.
You've got some of my sauce here.
I do. I have some cheese tortellini with some of your sauce. So it's not eggplant parmesan, but it's a little bit Italian leaning. Thank God you didn't drop that on my lap when you were reaching across. I was just like,
lost your mind.
Oh gosh.
So
we have some dark chocolate that has like that strawberry flavoring mixed inside it too, which is probably going to go really well with this.
That's definitely my sauce.
Yes. Lots of garlic.
If you like garlic, garlic is very healthy for you.
It is good. So the Soil to Sip report, the fruit sourced from multiple vineyards across California from 18 to 30-year-old vines, all meeting a clean crafted commitment. Vines were handpicked at night to maximize the natural, bold, fruit-forward nature of each variety. Grapes were pressed and fermented in stainless steel for 14 to 21 days to create a silky smooth profile. I do agree with that. It is very silky smooth.
It is. The other night, I came back from Car Club and had a glass of this. Last week, I think it was last week.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, wow. Even tired, coming back, it's like 8:30. I poured a little bit in the glass and it was like goosebumps. I was like, whoa, I was drinking beer the whole time. And it was like, goosebumps. After all that, goosebumps. This is a great one. This is a great Zinfandel.
I like this one.
Awesome.
So prior to brief aging in stainless steel, Petite Syrah blended into add body structure to the final wine flavor. Bottled with lighter weight glass for lower carbon footprint, recycled in the use of sustainable cork. If you're concerned at all about renewable resources.
Yeah, who cares?
So again, they talked about the reason why they blend it with the Petite Syrah. It kind of affects the taste and adds maybe other flavor notes.
Syrah.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
We've had them before.
I don't know that I like that just straight. I don't mind it when it's like a blend with other things.
What was the brand that we used to get when we go out to a seafood restaurant, the Petite Syrah? What was the name of that?
No, if we went out to a seafood restaurant, we would always get some kind of white. We get like Chateau Saint Michelle.
No, but I'm talking. We ordered a Petite Syrah one time.
I don't think it was at a seafood restaurant.
Maybe it was
I'm not sure.
Bonefish.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, the tasting notes are cherry, raspberry, and a zingy acidity. It's very smooth. I'm not getting like acid or zingy.
I'm not getting acid. This is a smooth Zinfandel.
So pairs well with burgers, barbecue, salmon, and dark chocolate. Okay, so I don't know what the other one I didn't like post the ingredients, but for this one,
What do you mean? It doesn't have the ingredients?
No, the last one it didn't have the ingredients on it.
Oh.
So the ingredients of this wine are grapes, yeast, tartaric acid, malolactic bacteria, and sulfites. That's it. That's all that goes into this wine.
That's it.
This is also another zero sugar wine. It says it's 0.08 grams of sugar per 5 ounce serving. It's 119 calories per 5 ounce serving, 0.08 grams of carbs per 5 ounce serving, and of course 0 fat. It's 14.5% alcohol, so slightly higher than the rosé that we had before.
Live bold, live with passion.
Yeah, that's their motto.
That's the way I live.
And the residual sugar is 0.52 grams per liter, and it's 99 parts per milliliter of sulfites.
Excellent, excellent wine night. This is an excellent
What do you
Wednesday
think
night.
about it with the sauce and the tortellini?
You know I love red with pasta, right? Any deep red, whether it's a Zinfandel.
The acidity from the tomatoes and the sauce
garlic.
and the garlic, it brings out more of the acidity in there.
See?
And gives it. I like that though. It gives it a different.
So on pasta
flavor.
night, you'll have this with pasta night?
I think I could have this with pasta night. Yeah, I think it tastes really nice.
I've got multiple
We
jars.
have the balsamic cheese.
I tried it.
Right here.
I have like 5 or 6 jars in the fridge.
Do you really?
Oh yeah, I've got a whole load of it.
Okay.
So we could have some pasta. So mom called and she wants us to go to Oyster Bar, and I was like maybe. I said maybe we'll go.
Problem with oyster bar is that you typically
It's all
like
fried stuff.
Fried stuff or like raw oysters.
Mom's like,
which we don't
oysters
eat.
aren't fried. You can eat raw oysters.
No.
Just eat the raw oysters. I was like, we don't eat raw oysters.
Oh, no.
And I know that some of you out there probably do like raw oysters. We don't.
That's
like
definitely
them.
a texture
Sorry.
thing for me.
I
I don't even
don't-
know if I like the flavor or not, but it's a texture
don't-
thing for me. I cannot.
I mean, I will eat sushi. Some sushi. My son introduced me to it. He was working at a place called Kabuki in Orlando.
Is that where you had the Wagyu beef?
That's where I had the Wagyu beef on the hot stone. He was the general manager, and I got the first class treatment. If you were with me that night, you would have had a great time. You really, there's all the wine you could drink, all the food you could eat. They brought everything out. They brought sushi out, and I tried this with this sauce, try this. I was like, I was unsure about the sushi, but when I tried it with the different sauce, these are expert chefs. You understand? These are professional chefs making this, and it was really, really good. I mean, I told Nate, I was like, I cannot believe how good this is. And then they brought the Wagyu beef. They brought a hot stone, this burning hot stone. They laid the slices of Wagyu beef. Did you see the ad I put on Facebook, how much it is for the Wagyu beef? It's $3,200 a pound.
Oh my gosh.
For that Wagyu beef from the hills of Japan. Here, let me give this to you.
No. She can't have chocolate.
Oh, those are the ones I gave you. The strawberry filled.
Dark chocolate, the Lent like truffles.
Oh, you like that, don't you?
I do love them. I've been eating them very sparingly. But
Oh wow!
The dry cherries kind of still bring out the acidity of the wine, but with a little bit like sweeter.
Chocolate definitely ignites things.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely ignites things in you. You're like, oh. No, but
this particular, if it was just regular dark chocolate, probably would like a little bit better with this wine because I feel like the strawberry flavoring and that chocolate is kind of competing with the
wine.
With the wine, yeah.
It is kind of competing. The strawberry cream is kind of competing with the wine.
Let me see if I just have regular strawberry.
It's a good. This is definitely, as far as just a basic red Zinfandel. Mm-hmm. This is an excellent red Zinfandel.
Very jammy.
Mm-hmm.
It's real without, and it's fruity, but it's not sweet and it's not dry.
And the process that I'm sure the tasting that the owners of the company they taste all of these wines. I'm sure they go around and taste all these different wines, and it's like, I wonder if they get shit-faced. I mean, they must go around and taste all.
Well,
these different
sometimes
wines.
they taste, they swirl, and then they spit. They don't actually like drink the wine.
Oh, that's cheating.
I know. I don't feel like you get the full. You got to get it all the way back on the back of your tongue.
Mm-hmm. You have to experience that through your nasal passages in your throat, and if you spit it out, what's the purpose? You're wasting.
I mean, you only like touch some of the taste buds.
Right. You're not getting it all.
No, you don't get the full experience.
That sucks. But I will say this though, as far as both of these wines, the rosé, excellent.
They're both really high quality wines that for a very moderate price.
Yeah, and I'm not a big rosé guy, but I am a big.
I like this one.
I do too. I like it. It's good. Now the bottle's sweating. You can see that.
Yes. So we're gonna taste it again after we turn off the camera.
When we're producing
and
the video.
And we're gonna see how the flavors change a little bit more. But definitely, if you've shied away from rosés, sometimes people get turned off because of like a white Zinfandel, which might tend to be a little bit more like sugary sweet. The rosé is just a straight rosé is it's really perfect for springtime with so many different, like you start to add fruits to salads.
This is perfect for
lighter fare.
When she came home from work tonight, she sat out here, distressed. She'd open up and pour a big bottle of this, a big glass of this,
and just sit out here.
And she would just sit out here,
breathe in the fresh air,
and just chill out.
Unfortunately, the pollen too at the same time, but you know what? It's a little give and take.
Look, you got to deal with it. You deal with it. It's beautiful weather.
It is. It's very nice outside right now.
It's just perfect. It's perfect weather. But again, it's like if I was living here at this house, I'd be sitting right here.
It's a beautiful space out here.
I would be sitting right here, drinking these wines, listening to some tunes, and just chilling out, talking to her. Mm-hmm. And she needs to talk to me.
Yes.
If you saw the outtakes at the beginning of these videos, I think you'd laugh because we talk about so many different things.
No, I mean today wasn't bad.
Sometimes we're fighting.
No, I'm just going to be like chilling and relaxing.
St. Patty's Day, we have a car club. I'm in a car club, a classic car club.
Yep.
And we have a car show. We have a lot.
In conjunction with the St. Patrick's Day.
In the middle of downtown Claremont, where there's going to be 10,000 people, we have this little oasis. We have it exclusively our lot, so we can go there, and there's gonna be mimosas there. Stacy's gonna do mimosas.
Yeah.
I was thinking we could bring a rosé to make some mimosas.
Maybe.
We could do that. I'm gonna bring a cooler, bring some beer with me, and just play some tunes.
Just kind of hanging out, talking to people about cars. There's gonna be lots of questions.
Ralph kept saying to me, "I'm gonna play Britney Spears." I was like, "No." I'm gonna play Taylor Swift. It's like, "No." Some rock and roll, some.
You guys should play music that's of the era of where your cars are from.
Exactly. How about from the different years? Norm's a 73, mine's a 75. We have a 2006, which probably more bouncy. We have. I'm trying to think.
The Spice Girls.
Spice Girls. But 2006 was a good year. It was. Bublé. Remember he came out.
Was he popular back then?
2006, 2007.
Wow, okay.
Yes. Paolo Nutini.
Yeah.
What happened to Paolo Nutini?
He did too many drugs and alcohol.
He did. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll sent him to the ER.
Yeah.
But, so we have Sophie, and she's all healthy again.
She's got her special little scarf on because her birthday's coming up.
Yes.
So.
And she could care less about any of you if she's watching these snacks.
Or the wine.
Right.
All right, well, we hope you guys have a great weekend, and we will try to see you next week.
yes, we will try to do a video next week. Or we might do a video next week. Well, actually, we could.
We have to put our heads together.
Yes. Either way, have a great, I'm not Irish, so have a great St. Patrick's Day.
Sláinte.
I'm not wearing green on St. Patrick's Day.
I will be. I don't want to get pinched.
I'm wearing red and white. Red and white. I have a shirt that says Italian AF.
Yeah, but it has green in it, so you should just wear that.
I will. It's a sleeveless, shows off my muscles.
Because you cut the sleeves off.
Yes.
As you do with most of
It
your
says
shirts.
Italian AF on it.
All right, have a great weekend and week, everybody.
All right, see you later. Bye.
Bye.